going on, good people? This is Twon Gunter with Gunter's Cleaning Service, and I'm here with Mack South.
I like that, y'all. I like that. And like, so y'all thought I was about to do some old 1985 type rap
about the road. What it do?
Let it flow. Let it flow, bro. Let it flow.
What it do. And thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of ShopTalk NC presents Mack South.
I'm be Mack.
I'm your man 58 South. And today we have another young entrepreneur in the building. What's going on, Twon?
Yeah,
what's going on, fellas? What's going on? What's going on?
What's happening, man?
What's good with you, brothers?
Twon,
yes, sir.
Twon happens to be the CEO and founder of Gunter's Cleaning Services, LLC. What's happening with you?
Doing good, man. First and foremost, just thank you guys for the opportunity. As far as, you know, inviting me to the podcast. Really appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. That's what we're here for, man. That's what we're here for. So, Twon.
Yes, sir.
What got you into the cleaning service aspect of starting your own business?
So pretty much, man, to be honest, when I turned 25, I just had a year where it was like, okay, I knew I wanted to have ownership in something. As far as with the cleaning, I was looking at, okay, most companies that you start, you have to have a lot of money to start, right? So I did a little research, you know, online, YouTube University. I pretty much was just kind of seeking, okay, what can I do that's, you know, doesn't have a high overhead, doesn't have to, you know, you don't have to start with 20,000, 50,000, you know what I'm saying, to start your business. So cleaning was where it was at. It's very accessible, and it's also a necessity. Regardless of what's going on in the community or what's going on in the world, whether it's a drought, whether it's a recession, you have to get your carpet cleaned. So that's pretty much how it started.
Yeah.
So what all services do you provide?
I actually specialize in residential carpet cleaning, actually carpet cleaning in general. I won't say residential. Whether it's office locations, residential carpet cleaning, whether it's apartments, Airbnbs, homes, whoever has carpet, hey, I'm going to take care of it. Yes, sir.
Twon, a little bit about you real quick, though, man. Where you from?
I'm from Rocky Mount, man. Rocky Mount, North Carolina. 252. Yeah, actually, I was born in Valdosta, Georgia.
Where?
Yeah. I don't think too many people know that. Yeah.
Your parents were in the service? One of your folks was in the
yes,
service?
Yes, sir. My pops, he was actually in the service, so I was born in Valdosta.
Country.
Been in the country my whole life, man.
Just like Florida, Georgia line.
Yeah. Yep. So I was born in Valdosta, but pretty much my pops, he moved back to his hometown, Rocky Mount. So I grew up in Rocky Mount from the age of 3 or 5. Came to Greensboro in 2004 to go to A&T. Shout out to the Aggies.
Aggie
Pride. Yeah, so if anybody knows anything about Rocky Mount, it's not a lot to do for our age group.
I know about Rocky Mount.
Yeah, it's not a lot. So needless to say, of course, when I came up for school, pretty much been here ever since in Greensboro. Yeah.
What other than, you know, there being things to do after 10 o'clock, what drew you to Greensboro? Because you still could have went from here to Charlotte or from here to Raleigh or Fayetteville.
I'm going to be honest, man. So when I was younger, I always hung around my cousins. They was older. So to keep it hot with you, they got accepted to T like 2 years before me. So it was like, okay, my people leaving, my cousins, you know, they in Greensboro, they seemed like they was loving it. And so essentially, they was coming home at first, you know, coming back to visit. Then next thing you know, when you go to school, it's like, okay, you come home the first year, first couple of months. After that, you don't never see them. So I started to come visit them, and I said, okay, I like the vibe. It's definitely a little different than Rocky Mount, so shoot, if y'all can get in, I probably... No, hey, look, respectfully, right? But look, I know my family, so you know, so I was like, okay.
That was my major, bro. I get it.
Yeah, so it was, and to be honest, man, I really just applied to one school. I applied to A&T.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I applied to A&T. Like I said, because my family was here, I grew up with them. So when they came, I said, hey, I'm on the way. I'm on the way, and the rest is history. I'm still here.
Boy, love the borough.
Get that first bill in your name. You can't go back.
Hey, that's it, man.
Stuff for a little bit.
Yeah. That's what it is, man.
For sure.
You got kids and stuff, right?
Yes, sir. I'm a proud father of 2 daughters.
Oh, girl, dad, come on.
Yeah.
You got pay for 2 weddings. All right.
Yeah. So my oldest daughter, name is Isaiah.
Shotgun heavy.
Bruh. Like, hey, that's a whole nother story. My oldest daughter's name is Isaiah. She'll actually be 15 next month.
Oh, dope.
Wow. Yeah, it sounds crazy saying it out loud.
No, I understand the shotgun. Okay. I'm thinking you about to say she's like 15 months. No.
Nah, bro, I got a whole teenager. In the TikTok era. Bruh, speaking of TikTok, my daughters are actually going to help me set up my TikTok.
That was my next question. Like, are they going to be like,
perfect.
Like cleaning floors, dancing, doing their own dance?
Yeah, so have y'all ever heard of, it's called ASMR?
Yeah, I have, but it's the voice, it's sounds.
So the crazy part about it, of course, you know our age. I'm 30. I'm about to be 36.
I got how old.
Yeah. Hey,
you know
I went like 5 years saying I was the same age, so now I'm trying to tell you. Hey, that's another story. But ASMR, bro, pretty much my youngest daughter, even my oldest daughter, they watch these TikTok videos, right? And so ASMR is pretty much, like you said, sounds. People love soothing sounds. It's even videos where people eating food and stuff like that.
Shout out to Bay Houston. She one of them people.
Like
Instagram cool.
Yeah, but the crazy part about it, so I went upstairs. My daughter was on the bed. She was watching YouTube on the TV, and I'm like, "What are you watching, Bruh, this video had 10 million views.
It's like
just sounds.
It's like compare it. Okay, so you can get a good idea. Compare it to foot pictures and foot videos on the fan. See how that don't make sense to you, but it's a niche for it. That's how that ASMR.
It's a whole area for that, bro. It's a whole community for it.
Yeah.
But I said all that to say, also with that cleaning, as far as there's a soothing sound with as far as vacuums, carpet cleaning.
It's soothing.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
So
even cleaning up,
bro. If you go to YouTube right now and put in vacuuming ASMR, you'll probably pull up thousands of videos, and a lot of those videos have millions of views, bro. So
it's just a vacuum cleaner going.
It's the sound.
I should have recorded me.
Hey, don't steal my. Do not steal my idea, bro. So
come on, man.
So needless to say, I'm actually about to set up a TikTok. You know, it's initially, of course, I'm like, man, I'm TikTok. That's for kids, but I see that it also, you know, in 2022, advertising is about social media, different angles, different avenues, and I mean, if the people want to watch, you know, people cleaning floors, hey, since I'm doing it, why not record it? And you know, also advertise and promote my business. So it goes hand in hand. Yeah,
that's absolutely fact. What's the area, like the radius of what you traveled to do it? Like, cause since you living in Greensboro, like how far are you willing to travel?
The bag right, I'm willing to travel, but to be honest, if the bag right, I'm definitely willing to travel. I've had opportunities to clean carpet in Reedsville, Burlington, Durham, pretty much anywhere within this area, anywhere within North Carolina, and within this region, I would say.
It's like a 45-minute.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of Durham, since that's the furthest spot you mentioned.
RDU, you know, so I'm visualizing, I'm speaking into an existence. Hey, Raleigh, Durham. Of course, going back home, I've actually talked to a few people back home saying that, you know, probably once a month, I'll start to travel back home because, of course, you know, since I grew up there, my father's a pastor. I have a lot of family there. Everybody's like, okay, when is Twon? You know, when does he come home? Like, you know, hey, if y'all want the service, if it's enough, you know, demand for it, hey, I'm there.
Do it.
Absolutely.
That does feel good, though, don't it, man? To be able to share your, I don't want to say gift everybody can clean, but at least your service with your people. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. It definitely does, man. And just kind of going back to what you was asking, what really got me into carpet cleaning or just business in general, legacy. That's Legacy, yeah, because one thing about it, especially in our community, you don't see a lot of ownership, right? As far as, the black community. So everyone has, you have to, what I tell people, you just really have to find your lane out here, right? It's so many different things you can do. How can I play my part as far as, within the world, or even within the community, it's just having ownership, right? Because, I mean, coming from Rocky Mount, it's like I told you guys, it's not the biggest city. I have a lot of, family, cousins, friends that I grew up with that, to be honest, some are no longer living. Some was locked up, right? So I really I feel like I can do my due diligence as far as setting an example for, the people that I know, and also the younger generation, just showing that, hey, we can do the same thing as long as we, apply, of course we got to put in the work, but legacy is really what it's about.
So let me ask you this, are you even considering expanding, like having a hub back home where you're at, maybe one in Durham, since that's kind of halfway, well, the Raleigh-Durham area, excuse me, since it's kind of halfway between here and back home?
I hadn't thought about it, but I never put limitations to what I want to do. The thing about life is you have to have a vision, and you never want to limit yourself to what you can and cannot do. So, hey, I love to speak things into existence. One thing that I do a lot is I actually have a notepad where I write down my goals. I write down my goals. I always set, every 5 years I set big goals, right? And like I said, I started when I was 25. I just was like pretty much transitioning to really taking life serious, right? So 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, I'm always setting big goals. So I'm glad you said that. So I'll put that on my list because, hey, you never want to limit yourself. So as far as having, like you said, hubs, whether it's Rocky Mount, RDU, I'm with it.
Yeah. Plus, it just falls within, you talking about legacy. So I'm like, well, I wonder if you're going to have a couple of them. That way, if nothing else, if his daughters don't decide to go straight into school, they got, a business they can learn how to run.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. And that's honestly why I named my company Gunter's Cleaning Service. That's my last name. So my thing is, if I can go, work for a company and give 120% and, do pretty good as far as, working for a company, I'm only going to do the same, if not a whole lot better with my last name attached to it. Just to kind of give you guys a little background, my grandfather, he actually used to do custodial work back in the day, right? So a lot of times when you think about legacy, it has to be bigger than you. You have to know what's your why, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's not even about the money. The money will come, but if you pushing for something that's bigger than you, you're definitely going to go harder. So yeah, my granddad, he used to do custodial work back at home. I was young, but I still remember him coming home, tired from, he actually used to clean, used to be a school called O.R. Pope Elementary. Yeah, he was a custodian for probably like 5 to 10 years there.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, so even when I was putting together my logo, I was thinking about him.
Okay.
So yeah.
That's what's up, man. Speaking of last names, you mentioned your father was a pastor.
Yeah.
Like your entire life, or?
Yeah, probably when I turned like 8, I think. Like, yeah, 8, pretty much my whole life. Yeah, you might as well, yeah, my whole life. So might as well say that.
Explain to me the pressure being in Bible Belt, North Carolina, in rural Rocky Mount with a pastor as a father.
Whole city know you, boy.
To be honest, man, it really wasn't any pressure on me because even now, like me and my pops, we have a real good relationship, and because we are, because we do have that rapport, because we do have that relationship, sometimes I'll be forgetting he a pastor. As far as, because not saying in a bad way, but because I look at him as my pops and more so
you
as
see him differently.
Completely different. So even when I was younger, man, they say pastor kids are, a little
crazy,
a little rough. I'm gonna have to agree with that just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But as hey, I gotta be honest, man. I'm a transparent person, bro. But as far as pressure, I never felt pressure, man. Because one thing about it, it wasn't It wasn't, hey, you the pastor kid, you got to do this, this. Like, hey, you my son, you do what you do. I'm always gonna have your back. Even when I first came up to A&T, I had got a ticket, and I was coming back from Chapel Hill. Y'all remember they used to throw something every Halloween.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It used to be crazy, man. It used to be crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I ended up getting a ticket like going 95. Yeah. So I had, of course, it was a little situation, but I always remember my pops really just pulling me to the side, was saying, I always know that you can call on me.
That's
what I'm saying, regardless of what happens, whether you calling from, I ain't go to jail that night, but he said whether you go to jail, whether you're in a situation, this, that, and the third, I got you. So yeah, no pressure.
What advice you got for the new up-and-coming entrepreneur or somebody that's thinking about starting a business for themselves or doing something? What kind of advice you got?
I would say, to be honest, man, just really embrace the journey, especially with, us being, or with me being a young black man, right? So with me, it's really first generational, right? So while you're on this journey, you're learning, you got to stay humble. You got to be acceptable to feedback. You also have to study your craft, right? To be honest, the carpet cleaning to me is the easiest part of it, right? So you got to understand the business side as far as.
Hold on. This joint ain't moved. Go ahead. This joint ain't moved in a second. Okay, we just lagging. Alright. I know how to edit it, don't worry about it. I just want to make sure we're still cool.
So speaking on like what advice you got for like up and coming entrepreneurs or somebody that want to get in business for themselves to get started, what advice you got for them? Like what's some of the, and speak on some of like the hardships they can look forward to in it, because it ain't easy going into work by yourself. Chasing your own dream.
It's definitely not, man. It's just like you said, really just believing in your vision, man. And a lot of times it really is a journey that you're going to have to take by yourself, because you can tell other people what you're trying to do, but at the same time, they're really not going to understand, because it's your journey. You know what I'm saying? So you got to stay with it. It's definitely going to get hard. You definitely want to give up, but it goes back to knowing your why, right? Knowing what you in it for, right? Because, of course, like I said, as far as, being first generational with it, you're learning a lot of stuff, right? Like, we're not born into, okay, this is how you do X, Y, Z. So you got to study, right? You got to, even if you do fail, you got to be willing to fail forward, right? You got to be willing to take criticism. You got to have thick skin. Yeah. Because, of course, now, with 2022 social media and just the world in general, everyone is looking for you to make a mistake. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So you could do 1,000, and Burns, you could do 1,000 shows and kill it.
Yeah.
If you had one bad day, what they gonna talk about?
They're like, well, that boy wasn't funny last night, boy.
And that's
still got it.
And that one show, to be honest, is gonna ride with you just because of everybody's mindset. So you really just have to have a positive mindset, stay focused, know what you in it for, just continue to study, reach out to people. Right? Reach out to mentors. One thing I learned, and it's crazy, I actually ran into somebody I had met like probably 5 to 6 years ago in the gym, probably like 2 months ago, right? So he has a cleaning company. Okay. Older guy, right? So we was just kept looking at each other. You know how you see somebody, you know him but you don't know him, so you like,
I seen him around.
Yeah, so I just, long story short, I just started talking to him, and he said he was an open book, right? So you have people out here that's willing to help, but if you don't open your mouth and be, and be transparent, hey, can you help me with this, or can I, reach out to you for certain things just to get that knowledge? Because the thing is, my man, he's been in the business 30-some years. So he's able to tell me some of the things. Okay, this is what I not really failed at, but this is some of the things I ran into when I first started. So just being a sponge as far as reaching out to individuals, learning from others, but most importantly just staying focused, because you're going to have some up days, you're going to have some down days. You're going to have some days where, you know, your phone is ringing and they're booking appointments, and then you're going to have some days where it's like, okay.
Kind of slow on the block.
Yeah, you know, so, but you just got to stay with it. You just got to, you know, keep pushing forward. Yeah.
What would you tell somebody that your major sacrifice has been doing this?
Good question, boy.
Ah, that's real good, bro.
You're going to always have to sacrifice something.
I would say time. I would say the reason why I say time, it's in time, that's a compacted answer, right?
Yeah,
because with time, of course, it's a journey, like I said, it's a journey you have to take by yourself, right? So a lot of times, even when I'm at the house, even though most people think it's just carpet cleaning, right? I'm in the garage learning, okay, how can I get this Net One business account? How can I get these business loans? How can I set up this insurance?
The back office part of it.
Yeah, so like I said, when I get to the job, it's like, okay, let me put in my headset. Yeah, that's the easy part.
That's the game. The game is practice is whole.
Yeah, bro.
I'm
telling you, man. So it's like, I would say time. One thing I heard, and I listen to a lot of podcasts. I listen to y'all guys too. I listen to, you know, Eric Thomas, some of everybody. But one thing I've always heard is time is our biggest asset, right? You can never replace time. You can always find a way to make money.
True.
But putting in the time, I would say that's been definitely probably the biggest thing. Whether it's, you know, being away from the family, going to, you know, do the actual jobs, but most importantly, just learning and honing my craft.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, for the average person who has big ideas, might get started, everything goes good from Monday to Wednesday, then you start feeling regular again. You're tired at work, so when you get home now, you just kick your feet up and you turn on Netflix. When you the past 3 days you were just sitting here learning things, all excited.
Right.
How'd you get over that hump, or did that ever occur?
Nah, it definitely occurred. Okay. Shit, probably occurred like 2 days ago. Just to be transparent, one thing for me, man, you really have to find, something that helps you get through it. Pretty much with me, for example, I love to go to the gym. Like, I'm not a big dude, but I go to the gym for mental therapy, right? Just to kind of focus in, and especially going to the gym, I go in there. It depends on the day. Like, I might be listening to Meek. I might be listening to a podcast. I might be listening to gospel music. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what I'm listening to, it allows me to recalibrate and always stay focused. So you got to have some type of avenue where you can kind of, because I mean, even, you know, because I still work a 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's really not a 9 to 5. It's like a 10-hour job, to be honest. So, you know what I'm saying? When I leave, I'm drained. But at the same time, I can't go home, like you said, every day and just, you know what I'm saying, sit back and like, okay.
It'll come to me.
Yeah, you gotta go get it, right?
It ain't gonna do is come to you.
At all, bro. So you gotta go get it. You gotta put in the effort. And I mean, if, like I said, if you're gonna put the time in with your job, if you really truly want to, you know, push your business, or not even business, any idea forward, you have to put that time in, regardless of how you feel. You gotta keep pushing. Yeah. Yep.
What's one of the biggest hurdles you have? Like, is it like, cause you being a black entrepreneur within this industry, like, I don't know how big the cleaning industry is, or how many black people in. Like, you was the first person I have known, black dude I've known with his own cleaning service. So how was that?
To be honest, man, I'm sorry, ask that one more time. Let me ask that one more time.
How was it being African American man within the cleaning industry? Because I don't know too many people in the industry. I know a bunch of white people that, you know what I'm saying, all running the whole industry. They got their own businesses and stuff. How was it? Is it hard to navigate it, or how was that for you?
I don't think it's really hard. It's more so just getting your name out there. It's like this prime example. Like I told you guys, thank you for this opportunity. It's really about branding yourself, right? With me, regardless, you know, because like I stated, because we don't have ownership, whether it's cleaning, I mean, just ownership in general, you really have to give 150%, right? Because we already, as a community, to be honest, we already 10 steps behind. not saying it's our fault, but we have to go way harder than somebody else, right? We gotta go, like, we have to put in the work. So I think for me, I'm gonna go hard, whether, you know, I messed that up. We gotta clip that out.
Keep going.
Yeah, but I mean, as far as, you know, being a black cleaning company, first generation, right? So I really want to set the standard. I really want to show young cats, hey, you could do it. I mean, to be honest, man, me personally, and a lot of people not going to agree with this, but drug dealers can be owners, right? Because you have, I mean, it's all about supply and demand.
I get what you're saying. They make great CEOs because they basically ran. Some of them ran. They could I mean, like
no. That's before we get too carried away. Successful drug dealers.
Yeah,
not all y'all that say business owners.
Yeah, and I'm not even saying just drug dealers in general. I'm just saying more so because that's all we see in our community. You know what I'm saying? So
that's what they try to push for. I know a whole lot of non.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, it's really just about your mindset, man. Just going to get it.
How hard is it getting the contract?
That's still one thing I'm still working on. Okay. I'm actually partnering. Like I said, I'm still with my mentor. Mm-hmm. Still learning. That's another thing. That's when I'm in the garage. I'm still learning that lane. Because to be honest, I've actually, before I was doing carpet cleaning, I was with the franchise. Okay. So I did commercial cleaning for 5 or 6 years.
What's the Jane people?
I don't want to.
For sure.
Yeah. But with that, of course, when you do the franchises, they really give you the contracts. You know what I'm saying? Or I mean, they pretty much they set it up for you. You know, you get the contracts. So with me doing the carpet cleaning, it's a little different. So I'm still learning. That's one thing that my goal is, honestly, by the end of this summer, is to have at least 3 apartment complexes.
So I got my fault, but I'll talk to you after this then, because that's crazy you mentioned apartment complexes. Okay. We got something we can talk about.
Yes, sir. So let's get it.
You specialize in carpet cleaning, but you do, like, you can clean a whole. Like, if I wanted you to come you clean my whole apartment, or you just specialize in the carpet?
So do you do dead body removals? Is what he's saying?
Nah, dog, no dead body removals. Right now,
get the stains out.
I'm gonna definitely get the stains out for you for sure. Hey, without no question, right? Right now, it's carpet cleaning. Okay. But the reason why, somebody asked me, you know, why did you name your business Gunter's Cleaning Service? Because I never want to limit myself to what I can and cannot do. So absolutely. So it'll be carpet cleaning, definitely hardwood floors. I already have a machine to strip and wax, to buff floors.
Okay. Get you some window equipment too, so you get call outs.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's crazy that you mentioned it. I actually used to, one of my contracts was with the dealership when I had the franchise, but that's a whole nother story. But as far as with this right here, definitely, like I said, I'm specializing in carpet cleaning. My goal is, of course, like I said, I'll definitely be able to do hardwood floors. My goal also is to actually clean homes or clean locations, right?
Okay.
So that's definitely down the pipeline. Upholstery cleaning. I already done a few jobs as far as upholstery cleaning. So it's unlimited opportunities because cleaning encompasses so many different things.
Right. Yeah.
You never want to limit yourself to it, but right now, definitly just the carpet. Yeah.
How long would it take you to do a room? 'Cause I see on here you doing 3 rooms right now for $100. So how long does that take? Because let's say you went people's houses and with the COVID whole thing, some people are still sensitive to that nature. So how long does it normally take to do the cleaning?
Great question. And then, of course, you know, it depends on the size of the house, right? But on average, probably an hour to 2 hours at the max. The good thing, I get into it, man. I put in my headphones and I get into it. Depending on also the severity of the floor as well. For example, I did a house yesterday where, I mean, it was an older house, so essentially because the carpet was older, I had to go over it a couple of times. But on average, 1 to 2 hours max. Yeah. And then also, I use an eco-friendly machine. So that's one thing that I push as well, because it doesn't leave your carpet wet or damp for hours on top of hours. So normally within 30 minutes to an hour max, your carpet is pretty dry.
Alright,
Yeah.
So look here. We've all been through this before. You get woken up on a Saturday morning, you think you're going to watch some cartoons, but no. It's time to clean this damn crib. Whether it be the trailer, the house, whatever. You had to listen to what they were playing. So when you clean your own stuff, what you listening to? Well, matter of fact,
Okay.
Before that, what was it that you were listening to growing up, having to clean up? What were they playing?
Oh man, my when I was growing up, my pops, he still has the records. So I was a big Michael Jackson fan. Still am, low key. It was. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna be honest. It was so bad. I used to have the little glove. Yeah, I used to. Yeah, that's neat. Not the sparkling. I had the little black one. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I ain't had a. Nah. But I mean, yeah. So I was a big.
Who's bad?
Yeah, Michael Jackson. Y'all got this. Come on, man. Y'all know Mike, man. Yeah, but Michael Jackson.
Creepy as hell.
Yeah, Michael, Luther. Some of the old school. I mean, my pops.
OJs and all that.
Yeah, the throwbacks. But I mean, as far as now, man, depending on the day, I catch myself listening to Benny the Butcher. Yeah,
It makes sense, cleaning up, Butcher. All right.
Yeah, I love Benny. Of course, Jay. I'm a diehard Jay-Z fan.
I'm guessing the blueprint while you cleaning up, or just put it on random.
The blueprint is dope. My personal best is, of course, Reasonable Doubt.
You know, do you listen to Kingdom Come at all?
Nah, it's like one. Yeah, you see how fast I said, bruh. It's like 1 or 2 tracks on that joint. Yeah, that's definitely not really on the list. But Jay, my guy, but you know, the Kingdom Come really won't. It's
I mean, you know, bad 90% ain't bad, I guess.
Yeah, you know, yeah, but yeah, Reasonable Doubt, Blueprint. Of course, you know, the Carter. Not the Carter. That's Lil Wayne. Yeah. But even what is it? 444. Pretty. That kind of grew on me. To be honest, when it first came out, I didn't like it.
You hadn't grown up, you hadn't matured to that level.
Well, I mean, you haven't cheated on your wife or nothing like that yet.
Nah, not at all. But to be honest, when I first listened to it, I was like, I don't know what Jay talking about. But as I continue to listen to it, like you said, it just kind of grew on me. So yeah.
What are you listening to that nobody would expect you would be listening to?
Clean Up Woman.
Nah, man. Nope. Yeah, but honestly, I like to listen to a lot of samples, bro.
So older music.
Yeah, like samples. Yeah, and I grew up playing the drums.
Oh,
so yeah, I grew up playing the drums. As far as with the keyboard, I can play by ear. Yeah, I actually brought my daughter a keyboard. She don't play it, so sometimes I go tap on it a little bit. I cut on the radio, try to pick it up. So yeah, I play the drums, play the keyboard. I used to play the saxophone when I was in the band in school. Oh, wow. So yeah, I just love, to be honest, man, I love music, bro. If it's good music, I don't care what it is. I'm gonna listen to it. Okay. As long as it catch my ear.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you clean up to anything?
Cleaning, you gotta have some motivation. I mean, you can't be cleaning with something slow, because it's gonna slow your momentum down. So I have to have something, you know what I'm saying, that's kind of get me moving, I would say.
So is your clean up playlist the same as your workout playlist?
It can be. Yeah, because to be honest, cleaning is a workout, bro. Like sometimes I leave people's houses more sweaty than when I leave the gym.
Damn. Well, that's a dirty ass house.
Yeah. I ain't gonna say it. I be putting in the work, man. And then,
I mean, if you got to get that sweaty.
Yeah, then sometimes people you can go to people's houses and they have the heat on, and like I'm very hot natured, so it's their house. I can't be like, can you turn down your heat? Hey, I'm just going through. Hey,
what's the dirtiest thing you ever seen? Something like, bro, man, we need to call somebody else. This too much.
You ever clean the hoarder house? A hoarder ever called you?
Like,
nah, man. I've cleaned a house that had a couple of dogs in it.
Still in there while you was supposed to be cleaning?
They was out when I was cleaning, but you could tell they lived there.
Oh, yeah.
I'll leave it like that. Yeah, so it was, of course, dogs have, a certain odor, and some people don't make their dogs go outside or, train them the best. So, yeah, so.
So do you require people to put stuff up? Like, how people have like kids and stuff. Do you require them to already have your kids' toys and stuff put up, or have stuff situated so I can just come in and, or do you get there, you gotta move stuff around and stuff like that?
I strongly recommend that you move. Of course, move everything before I get there. If you decide that you don't want to move it, if it's something like small, of course, I'm gonna move it. But if you don't, I'll just clean around it. Because if you think about it, if I had to come in and actually clean, like move your stuff around, that's gonna add more time to it. And it's probably going to increase the price as well. So normally I just clean around it unless they want, certain things to be moved.
So is your prices based off hourly too, or like is it a set price, or is it like, hey, if it normally take me an hour and a half to do these 3 rooms for $100, so if it go over, like we'll have to do more, it'll be $150 for these extra hours or what like that.
Nah, it's really based per room. Yeah, it's really just based on per room, and if I have to go over it multiple times, I may charge a upcharge. And the customers, to be honest, man, and this is really humbling because even with like the last 3 jobs I've done, the customers have actually given me tips.
Okay.
So it's like
I was gonna ask you about that.
Yeah, so it's kind of you gotta. One thing I also learned from one of my mentors: know your worth, right? Because a lot of times, especially being younger, you'll be okay. I'm gonna charge a little bit lower so I can beat out the competition. But at the same time, you have to know you're putting in the same work, if not probably going harder.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna do a disservice to myself. You know what I'm saying? By lowballing as far as the price. So yeah, it's really based on the rooms per room. Yeah.
Okay. Which one? You ain't gotta get a name, but which one of your older client ladies tried to tip you?
The old women.
Like happy ended.
Oh man.
Ernestine.
Yeah.
You gotta be
with them cinnamon candies.
Or mother. Mother Mary. Mother Mary. Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna take the monetary tips.
I said which one? I said which one that hasn't happened yet.
Not yet. She gonna have to pay the money. Yeah.
Ooh, you're so sweaty.
Yeah, that's you want to throw in the extra tip. That's the monetary tips.
Right.
Monetary, yeah.
That's what's up.
Yes, sir.
You got a website? Like, how do they book you? Like, how do they do it? How do they get in contact with you?
Yes, sir. Definitely have a website. www.gunterscleaningservices.com. Also, I have a Facebook page as well, at Gunter's Cleaning Services, GUNTERS Cleaning Services with the S on it. Also, like I was telling you guys earlier, working on my TikTok as well as my Instagram. They'll be up within the next week or so.
Cool. All of those sites will be in the description.
Perfect, yeah. And then, of course, I have an email address. I have a business number, so we'll add that to it as well. So, yeah.
Cool. Well, look here, man. Before we go, when it's all said and done, and somebody says the last name of Gunter.
Okay.
You want that to mean what?
Oh, man, that's a deep question, bro. When you say my name, or that last name, just really legacy, work ethic, always going to give 150%, whether it's a 1-bedroom or 60,000 square foot building. I'm always going to give the effort. Like I said, legacy, man. Hard work, work ethic. Always going to go above and beyond. I'm always going to give you everything that I can, as well as more. And just, legacy. That's all I could think of, man. It's legacy driven.
That's what's
It's
up.
legacy driven. Yeah.
Legacy it is. Hey, man. First of all, I want to thank Mr. Gunter for coming through, man. We really appreciate you.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Appreciate
y'all, man. Definitely appreciate it, man.
They my dog for real, though. They my dog for real.
These my guys, man. Appreciate the opportunity, man.
Appreciate you pulling up.
That beautiful Tar Heel cap is his. Put
Yes,
it over there by Matt.
Yeah, I wanted to wear it, but I didn't want to take the attention away. You know, I normally, when I come clean the houses, I either have on my Gunter's cleaning service hat or my Tar Heel hat.
Well, that's kind of disrespectful, man. You need to start cleaning up and Duke stuff. Since you're getting dirty, you need to clean and Duke stuff.
Wouldn't that be disrespectful?
Get like a sweatband or something. Matter of fact, get some Duke gloves. Cause that's touching everything. So get some Duke gloves.
I could never, man.
You'll be rubbing greatness on there.
I could get a Duke towel to wipe the floor
There
with
you go.
it.
That'll work.
That's probably the only thing I could do with Duke stuff.
So you keep it, Carolina.
You know what? Cut this off.
I could never wear nothing with Duke on it, man.
As always, man, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe,
comment.
catch us on YouTube, listen to us on Spotify,
Reach out.
Stitcher,
You see it.
Google Podcast.
Right there. Hit
Yes,
them up.
Oh, absolutely. Again, links are in the description. This has been another Shop Talk NC presents Mack and South.
I'm be Mac.
I'm your man 58 South. Thank you.
Peace.